Welcome back. We're back here once again with another Apology Talks. I have a truth to share with you. It's a story, and maybe you can find something in it that can help you along your path. I'm just going to jump right into it. So, yesterday, this happened recently. So, yesterday, I was out working, and being fully transparent for those that don't know what I do life insurance, right? Final expense to be exact. And I also do social media marketing as well for small businesses. And so I was out, taking care of some clients, running some leads and things like that. Me and a cohort of mine. And we got to one of the first leads, and they were a bit apprehensive, right? The guy, he answered the door, and he acted like he didn't know what it was or what it was I was talking about. And so I was just trying to get information. I guess it was somebody he knew that sent the information in. So I was just trying to get to the bottom of that. But before I could ask him, like, well, do you know this person? Is this their number? Shut the door in my face. I was like, okay, cool. That happens. Whatever. But the number, I was just like, I was a number on the sheet. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to call this number. So I called the number, and the lady answered. I was like, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And I was asking her questions. She was, she was getting really apprehensive too. And she was like, I'm going to hang up the phone, da, 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 da. She's getting more and more abrasive and things like that. And so I don't know. I just got annoyed, and I got angry, and I hung up because I didn't want to say anything that'll offend the client. So I just hung up. And for that moment, I was just like mad and upset because this woman had put me in that state of being. And while I was in that state of being, right, just mad and upset and just like, fuck you type energy, right, I had to take a step back. And I had to understand this, and my cohort told me this as well. It's like, the client is going to be who the client is going to be, right? We can't control that. The only thing we can control is ourselves. And the only person that we can improve is ourselves. So the way that the other person may be feeling doesn't necessarily reflect who you are. That's just how they were feeling in that moment. And so I had to take a step back and realize, like, well, maybe it was me, right? Instead of just bashing this person for how they were acting over the phone with me, I looked at myself and asked myself, well, what could I have done differently? What could I have said differently? How could I have handled that situation differently? And slowly but surely that feeling subsided, and the moment was gone, and it was on to the next, right? And it kind of led me to this place where I found a quote that literally spoke to how I felt that day. And it goes like this: normalize accepting how you feel when you're not at your best. Being on this path doesn't mean you have to portray an image of perfection. You still overthink, you still stress, you still get angry. An aspect of you is still human. In this form, not only will you still have negative feelings, but you ought to, because they help release things that being in a constant state of positivity may not. Everyone purges differently. The key is to lessen them, to work through them productively and proactively. Make your emotional responses advantageous. And that really made me think, like, I'm always the type of person who is big on positivity and sharing love and light, right? But sometimes you get hit with those negative feelings, right? With those negative thoughts. with anger. And in that moment, I realized that it was okay, right? It was nothing to be ashamed of. It was nothing to be embarrassed about. It's okay because it's just a part of what makes me human. It's a part of what makes me whole. It's a part of what makes me who I am. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. That's nothing to be bashful about. And I say this to say, and I say this because I wanted to share that moment with you, because I feel like all of us are always trying to portray something that we're not, just so we can get through the day. There are a lot of people that walk around with masks on because they feel as though if they showed who they truly are, then people probably wouldn't accept them for who they are, or people will probably feel some type of way because of the person that they really are. And in most cases, there are people who do accept you for who you are, that do accept those aspects of who you are, even if you think they don't. So you have to be okay when things don't go your way. You have to be okay if you feel some type of way that day, or if something someone said or does doesn't agree with you. You have to be okay with that. Sometimes you have to just take off the mask and really see yourself for who you truly are, and allow others to see who you truly are too. If they don't accept you, that means they're not your tribe. They're not your people. But if they do, then those are the kind of people you want to be around. But I think it's important to really express who you truly are, so that way you can attract authentic people. Because we can attract people in our lives that are good and have good intentions, but they don't know who you truly are, so you attract these people from an inauthentic place. So it's important to express how you're feeling. And that's something that I've been learning this past year, 2023, is to express these feelings of who you are. And honestly, I would say it started even before 23. It started sometime in 22, because I was always known for the one who was all peace, love, and light, who always had a calm and mild demeanor. And somehow, some way or another, there were certain instances that came up, and I expressed a different side of myself that people were not familiar with. But that was an aspect of me that's always been there. It was just something I never expressed openly. So I'm now in the process of accepting all of me, accepting who I am. I mean, I've always have, but showing up as all of these parts. That has been the biggest lesson for me in 2023, is showing up as who I am authentically in all aspects, the good, the bad, and the darn right ugly. Because it's important to express these things to uncover certain blockages that you may have in your life. Because if you just try to portray this image, pretty soon you're going to break. And then it's all just going to come out all at once. And it may happen during a time that you probably don't want that to. So it's important to express yourself in every aspect of your life. In every aspect of your life. Because it unlocks a different aspect of who you are. Or it unlocks the true aspect of who you are. You uncover things. You learn things about yourself. You learn things about others. Yeah. I like that. Normalize accepting how you feel when you're not at your best. We have to normalize that. Accept how you feel when you're not at your best. And even when you're at your best, accept that too. Accept all aspects of you. Because those are building blocks to your greatness. Those are building blocks that helps you to achieve all of the goals that you set out for yourself today and in the future. The past is the past. There's nothing we can do about that. It's gone now. All we can do is learn from it and move forward. and continue to accept ourselves in every aspect, right? I tell myself this now, something I haven't really told myself in a while, but I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me, and I'm proud of how far I've come. And I know that I still got so much further to go, but right now, here in this moment, I'm proud of me. I'm proud that I continue to show up every single day. I'm proud that even though I may feel some type of way about certain situations, I still continue to persevere and move forward. I'm proud of me because I'm always stepping out of my comfort zone, because I know that's where my growth lies. I'm proud of me for that. And I will continue to do so. We have to give ourselves praise. We have to give ourselves grace and mercy. God always does. God forgives us because God knows our heart. But you have to forgive yourself in order to accept that forgiveness. Be kinder to yourself. It helps. It helps to be kind to yourself. Because the world is already harsh. People are already cruel. People are always going to perceive you as whatever. But how you perceive you is more important than anything. People are going to say whatever they want to say about you. People are going to do what people are going to do. But your reaction, your response, your perception, it's so important. It's more important than anything else. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to come on here and just share that story with you. I hope that you were able to find some value in that. I hope that this was able to help you in some way, shape, or form. But as always, thank you for being here, and thank you for allowing me. Thank you for being here on this journey with me, and thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with you. I truly believe we do better when we grow together, so let's continue to grow with one another. And if you found this helpful, inspiring, or motivating in any way, shape, or form, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell to get notified whenever I publish another video. And as always, you are appreciated in every way, shape, or form. Also, got a new merchandise line. What's the best that can happen? It's literally a mantra that I live by now. What's the best that can happen? What's the best possible outcome? I don't look at the worst case scenario, because in some cases, you're already living in that. Look at what's the best possible outcome for you. What's the best that could happen? If you believe in the best happening for you, I'll drop the link in the description and you can go and buy you some. Normalize accepting how you feel when you're not at your best. Normalize accepting how you feel even when you're at your best. But just normalize accepting you for who you are. Because no one's going to love you like you. No one's going to accept you like you. This has been another Paula's Talks. I'm Paula's Anthony. And until next time, peace.